What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 300 of Littleroot Lessons. I'm your host, Angelo, and I'm joined by Carter, back from his sabbatical, and the hardest working producer in Pokemon podcasting, Carl, who also is... Do we have a guest? Another guest? No? She walked away?
She just finished dinner.
Aw.
So she's
What does
probably
she
getting ready
have?
for a bath.
What does she have for dinner?
Raviolis.
Ooh, I like that.
Like the Chef Boyardee ravioli.
Ah, uh-huh.
Snow is
maybe
in
a
the
little
background
less.
too.
Yeah. 300 episodes, guys. Like, I mean, how do you feel?
It doesn't feel like we've done this for 300 episodes. Granted,
I don't count
haven't
by
done it for all
hundreds.
of them, but
Yeah, I know the big thing. So initially I was like, let's do a big 300. And Carl was like, we have 6 years and like 2-3 months.
yeah,
Let's
in March will
wait.
be
Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah.
Save any celebrations for that. 300 doesn't feel as special as 6 years, in my opinion.
Yeah, and well, both are crazy, especially the fact that this has been continuous. I was actually just talking with Tim yesterday about how it's like a lot of other Pokemon podcasts, a lot of podcasts that have popped up at the same time as us, that have popped up after us. A vast majority of them just aren't doing, like Pokesports is done. They haven't been a thing. I know VGC Trainer School popped up, and they were pretty hot for about I'd say like a year or so back in 22, and I don't think they've updated anything in a while. Even like I remember there was like the Wolfe Glick and Dr. Aaron Trailer podcast that went, I think, 4 episodes, and that just didn't like, yeah, there's just been like a ton of different shows that have a ton of different shows that have just come and gone, and we've just been the constant in this space. So I mean, I started doing this full-time, or at least being a full-time host, only 2 or so years ago, but yeah, you guys were going strong for 3 years straight, and I mean, kudos to you guys for
yeah, I
going
guess
for so
it is.
It's been that long.
Yeah.
No, it was right regulation the start, like I want to say it was a little after the first DLC came out, is around the time when it officially became Jay, Carter, and I. And then about, I think it was late last year, early this year, when Jay stepped back and Carl came back. But yeah, it's been a long while and a lot of episodes. One of the things I did want to do, and I'll probably post on our socials, is like go through and like the count of how many episodes per host and also episodes per guest, because we have had a lot of different guests on this podcast. Except I decided to do nothing today. I got a pedicure with my wife.
We'll save it for
played ZA.
6 year. We'll save it.
Yeah,
for the
6 year. That will be fun.
Yeah, I have plans that day.
Yeah, sure you do.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you're going to be playing TCG, leaving us.
Probably, yeah.
That's a lie. I also am about to buy a deck to play TCG locals.
I am not getting into cardboard.
Carl, what if I provide you with a deck? Then will you show up?
Like I
with
said,
it?
I'm not getting into cardboard. I'll play things if people give me stuff to play, but I am not buying cardboard.
What if I told you
Amanda
it's
has
cheap
dance
cardboard?
every Tuesday, and it's like one of these things where I'm just sitting at home doing nothing on the Tuesdays, outside of the one Tuesday a month where we have VGC locals. And our VGC TO, she plays TCG, and she's like, you played TCG before, why don't you just get a cheap deck and play TCG on like the other days, just to do something? And it's coming close to happening. Just need to figure out what deck I want to buy.
The problem now is you just need a kid, and you won't have that problem anymore.
Yeah, no, that's not happening yet. We got we have like 2-3 years before that happens.
Amelia's officially hit the I'm getting into everything stage.
Yeah.
I found a pack of Pokemon cards in the parking lot of Walmart, and I gave her those to open, and she's been running around with them ever since. I picked this one up and kept it on my desk But the rest of them are now strung around the house, and that's another reason why I am not getting any more cardboard.
Yeah.
I
Carl,
do not want to clean
if
it
you
up.
need more cards for her, I have
Trust me,
much
I still
bulk.
have bulk floating around for her, but
Yeah, but that's not my bulk that I want to.
I don't want to pick it up, so that's why we're not getting the cardboard.
It's all right. I'll just come drop it off at your house.
No,
Just
I'll trade you an outdoor cat instead. How's that sound?
Honestly, we have like 14 of them already in the neighborhood.
There you go. What's one more?
There's a house just north of us, like a few blocks that we refer to as Kitty House because they just have like anytime you drive by, there's like 6 cats on their porch.
It's because they feed them.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
We don't have that in the apartment. That's not.
Do you want a cat?
No,
sounds like we're sending the cat to Angelo.
It sounds like we're sending cats to Angelo's.
No, you are not. Sending animals across state borders like that, I think, is a crime.
I think you're just
do it
making
for
things
pets
up
all
now.
the time.
Yeah, but they have licenses. Do they?
No,
Regardless,
not usually.
No, my wife is allergic. So I could tell I'm definitely not a cat person.
But it's not an indoor cat; it's an outdoor cat.
Yeah, no.
It just sits outside the apartment and meows at you.
Yeah, don't need that.
Yeah, doesn't that sound great?
Doesn't that sound awesome?
Don't need that.
Anywho,
No, it's yeah. So a couple like just general Pokemon related updates for news. Just about an hour or so before us recording, it was announced that the cart ladder, once Regulation J is finished on January 5th in 2026, is going to switch to Regulation I in perpetuity. This is something to be expected. Mostly expected. Would have been nice if they returned it to Reg F, but they aren't going to be matching cart ladder and what the live event ladder is, so there's no point in it. We've seen this before in Sword and Shield, where once Scarlet and Violet was about to kick in, they went just into Series 12 in perpetuity. This is pretty much the same thing that we're seeing. We're expecting to start Champions events come April. So
I think what our estimated hint plan was it's that first weekend of April because it's on Easter.
Orlando.
They wouldn't put it on Easter unless they absolutely had to. So
yeah. Yeah, so Orlando is going to be probably the first Champions event, and that's why they're just making it double restricted in perpetuity, because that's just how you get everyone to play the most Pokemon that everyone has access to, even though you can argue that Regulation J is pretty much Regulation I. My buddy Chase has been he was pretty high up on the Regulation J ladder just using his Worlds team, and he's like, none of these mythical Pokemon are good.
I'm glad that was kind of the conclusion we came to pretty early on for Jay. It's hey, this is just Reg I with extra steps.
Yeah, and even the ones where we were like, oh, maybe it would be a little cool, just no. They're like, yeah, Arceus could kind of be a pain, and then you just beat the crap out of it with Nerjifu.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing was, I'm not sure if we brought it up last week, but we did get a reveal of Mega Zygarde as a Pokemon that will be added in the DLC for Legend ZA. The DLC, of course, is dropping not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. And we're also getting a final trailer drop on Tuesday, probably just going to simply be a couple other Mega Evolution announcents.
I would imagine it's just more Megas.
Yeah, the one thing I do find weird, though, is that between ZA and the DLC, 4 new mono-electric Pokemon have, there's been 4 new mono-electric Mega Evolutions, and not a single one of them got a new type added. They all just stayed mono.
Yeah, which is fine. Also, Zeraora is clearly Mega Luxray. We all know this, right? It's just clearly Mega Luxray.
On 2 legs.
On 2 legs, yeah. It's just it's as much of a fan service Mega as you can probably get.
Yeah. Carter, what do you get in CA?
Sooner than you think. I was telling Carl, I think you saw it too, but my insurance has this thing where I'm gonna get like a $1,300 check, so I'm gonna go buy my Switch with it.
Oh no, I missed that. What?
Yeah. Oh, you missed all of that? Okay, yeah.
I missed that. When did that come up? Was that
That
yesterday?
it was a while. It was a couple
days
like
ago,
a week.
maybe.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week. Our health insurance at work has this tobacco surcharge, and I was talking to our HR guy. I'm like, hey, I'm getting charged for this, but I don't smoke. I just didn't do the health screening last year because I didn't know we had to. He's like, oh yeah, we can just fill out this form and have you take this like a 2-hour class just saying, hey, I don't smoke, and they'll send you a check and refund that for the entire year.
Yeah, no, I missed. Okay, so if it was 2 days ago, that was probably during the Eagles game.
It was before Thanksgiving. I remember that.
Oh, before Thanksgiving.
Oh, was it? Okay. So
yeah, because I was still at work.
Oh, I was then just drowning in work. I had pretty much my big end of year project wasn't due end of year. It was due before Thanksgiving because we had to, like, the clients doing their big presentation based on their data on the 10th, the day that the DLC comes out. And so, of course, they need like a week and a half, 2 weeks to go through everything.
You gotta look through it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was drowning. This is the first weekend in like a month where I didn't work. And it's not, and I do not have a job where I'm supposed to be working weekends. So after that, like once it hit Wednesday, I did a fun, I had a lawyer lunch, as my dad called it. I had a Manhattan and 6 oysters. And from Thanksgiving on, I have done nothing. I played ZA. That's what I did.
I am currently rank O in the new ladder.
Oh, I'm ranked.
I hit A season 2, and it's like I played like 4 matches and hit O for season 3 just to get all my stuff. Yeah, because I'm probably not going to pick it up till the DLC comes out again.
Yeah, I hit rank B like a couple hours ago. I found an alpha salamence and caught that, and I'm like, that's hype. Might use that. Just got the mega stone for it. But yeah, I'm finally like at a point where I can sit down and play the game and not feel guilty that I should be doing something else.
No, you should still feel guilty.
Anywho, we've been jabbering long enough. Let's talk about some VGC stuff here.
Yes. So we doing okay. Well, Stuttgart happened. I don't think we really.
Luca won.
Yeah. It was funny, Luca using Luca's photograph.
Yeah.
When he could just,
use his original
use the
photograph.
actual one.
What makes me think, like, I know this is going to sound really weird, but that makes me think that he really just wants to flex on people by showing, hey,
100%.
I have an event Pokemon, what do you have?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, he also threw out Wolfey's Incineroar. Yeah. So... Yeah, so like
the naming, like the titles have become the new things instead of shiny Pokemon, which is cool in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I thought that was really nice, but yeah, it's like one of those things where I'm like, oh yeah, you're right, Carter. It's like that's such a flex, and then I'm like, wait a second, you have the OG.
Yeah,
the world's winning one is just sitting in his box.
Angelo, how is everyone going to know that that's the OG? It could just be another Farigiraf you bred, right?
You're right. Yeah. That's how I looked at it. And I do think Farigiraf was a very late riser, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of it going into Regulation F. And that is pretty much what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going over our Regulation F Part 2 preseason tier list. So it's officially Reg F Day, I think tomorrow.
Yep, it's technically tomorrow.
Yep. So the day the episode comes out, we're officially in Reg F.
That's why we played it this way. Look at that.
Yep. Look at us. We're smart. So we're using the base of the same tier list that we did almost, I was going to say a year and a half. Yeah, like over a year and a half ago.
It was the last time you all touched this was February 12th, 2024.
Wow. Okay, so it's been a while.
Yeah. So if you want to bring it up...
You want me to drive? I'll drive.
Yeah. Mostly because it's saved... The cookies for it are saved on your computer.
Yeah, not on this one, though, apparently.
Not...
So we don't...
Well, then it looks like we're gonna just start from scratch. Look at that.
Okay.
That's fine.
So overall, we have same thing, centralizing threats, very good, solid, totally usable, niche, extremely niche, outclass, meme status, sleeper threats. Don't know where. I don't think we're going to use a lot of these tiers. Like sleeper threats.
I think probably like
get rid of.
Like everything from niche up is probably fine to keep. Everything below that you can probably just get rid of.
Yeah, we're just going to do that.
Because if this is just the relevant stuff, it's already either niche or better, mostly, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and even niche, it's like niche / YouTube.
Yeah, I'm about to say content farming.
That's a better one.
It's the content farm.
Okay, let's start.
What do we got first? Hisuian Arcanine.
That's usable. It's definitely used. So Hisuian Arcanine is definitely usable. It's really funny because when we first looked at this format, it was coming off the back of Hisuian Arcanine being one of the top Pokemon in Regulation E. We hadn't played with Incineroar in about a year and a half, 2 years at that point, and there was a lot of talk about, can this rock type that can hold the Clear Amulet intimidate the Incineroar back and OHKO it with a Rock Slide, Head Smash, or so on, outclass Incineroar? The answer is no, we're stupid. What are we doing? And I think that's where, like, going into this, what's going to be nice is just the hindsight of knowing how these Pokemon actually worked and can work in the future. And honestly, I'm just going to throw a few others here. These were two Pokemon, the Electabuzz and the Magmar, that were insanely strong in the first part of Regulation H. They were seeing a lot of different play in your restricted formats and your double restricted formats. I just think that Ogre, at least
they're outclassed. They're outclassed in this power level.
And even Gyarados is in that same tier. It can do a lot of cool things. It's usable, but it's completely outclassed.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm just going to do another one. Nope. Boop. Like, yeah, Murkrow is Prankster Tailwind. We have better Prankster Tailwind Pokemon. Yeah, I'm just going to throw a lot of these
like the entire decks. Is this everything that's legal?
This isn't everything that's legal. This is just like the relevant stuff that's legal, and we're apparently using relevant.
Yes, Crawdont. I would classify it
real relevant. Loosely. Yeah, I've never that's what where I'm like, I don't know what we're doing here. Yeah, a lot of these Pokemon I'm just throwing up just to throw up. We know what they can do. They're either just meme worthy, or like you could do a fun like YouTube like video about them. I think the only one that we might
you could probably pull Dusclops from totally usable now that we have Darkfoot back in the format.
Yeah, so Dusclops was kind of usable.
It's usable in the formats where Darkfoot isn't played a ton, and F just happens to be one of the formats where Darkfoot starts to see more play.
Yeah, they were.
Yanmega does something.
Yeah, it gets clicks. It gets clicks for Wolfe Glick.
Yeah, the person who put this together, like, I'm just going.
We gotta sort through the chaff before we can get to some of the good stuff.
You can throw.
Yeah, actually, let's have a conversation.
Give us a couple Pokemon so we can talk while you're grabbing this rest.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say Zapdos is one where I could see.
Zapdos hasn't been
the merits of bringing it up as useful. It has good stats. It has, I believe, it has Tailwind access again.
Yeah, it does. But it's a Zapdos.
Yeah, unfortunately, Zapdos is just not playable. Like, unironically, it has just not done anything this entire generation. And I think that, like, I think that's, like, a big shock to me specifically. I really, like, every generation I've ever played, Zapdos has been absurdly good. And so for this one to just be like, nah, why are you playing this, is just insane to hear.
I think the big problem for Zapdos is it's very easy to find coverage for Zapdos in this format now with the introduction of Terra. Zapdos, on its face value, was a very good Pokemon based on its typing, and changing its typing doesn't really help it a lot. It really likes staying that electric flying type. And when the whole gimmick of the game is I can change my types to better fit certain matchups, it's really hard to justify using something like Zapdos that's very rigid in what it's doing.
I also think it's like really wild to think that, like, you know, Hidden Power Ice was like one of the like big things that Zapdos lost access to when we lost Hidden Power. It's like being able to give it like Terra Blast, you know, Terra Ice sounds like that would fix the problem, right? But no, it just like isn't.
It's because you turn it into an ice type.
Correct. Therein lies the problem, right? Ice types are really bad.
Ice types as a type is really bad. So
and like it doesn't. You're not removing your weaknesses from Zapdos by turning it into a ice type. So like, I don't know. It's really unfortunate that like Zapdos is just one that is incredibly powerful, but it's just like not good.
Yeah,
Dragonite's insane. I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah, so here's the thing, though. I'm not sure how centralizing it is. There are a lot of great ways to play the Pokemon. I think I think the big lesson or theme of this episode is going to be taking lessons that we learned the last year and a half since we've played this format.
That was going to be my comment. Is it depends on what Dragonite ends up being good. Are we going to see more of the scale shot loaded dice variant that we saw in H, or are we going to go back to the inner focus, choice band, extreme speed, hit things with an extra Chen Pao that we saw the first time in Reg F? Yeah. Like whichever one we get will determine how good versus centralizing the Dragonite is.
And I can also see a world where it depends on what else is going on in the metagame.
I think it's also tougher for the scale shot Dragonite to get points in this format just because there are more strong, fast fairy types in this format than we have in Regulation H. So you kind of have to go back into your bag of tricks and be that extreme speed choice band. I'm going to just punch whatever's in front of me next to Chen Pao because Chen Pao can speed tie or threaten the Flutter Mane across me thanks to Sucker Punch and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean that's like Chen Pao is back, right? So like that's what you want to be doing next to it anyway with Dragonite. The real question is like, are there better extreme speeders that you can be using next to it? And
I don't think.
Okay, we're just going to do it.
Like, I'm just going to. Entei's probably the only one.
I'm just going to. Jay, we miss you. I miss you. This is for you. This is like our very good is like call it our equivalent to A tier. I'm never going to live that down. Putting it in B tier.
No, you were not.
Winning a regional right after.
I was thinking about that the other day. I saw Entei like. I don't know. I saw something Entei related, and I almost sent it to you and be like, "Yeah, this one's not very good."
I just thought it was going to be outclassed by other fire types. I was very, very wrong. Back to Dragonite, though, one of the things I think we might see, at least I would look at it, and this could probably be not good, but that best of both worlds where maybe instead of being banded, you're like Terra Steel loaded dice, but protect 3 attack. Instead of, so like you're not a Tailwind setter, you're not clicking Haze like these more supportive Dragonites. You are doing a lot of offense, but you also aren't going just straight up like Terra normal, E-speed and everything. Like you have a good defensive Terra typing that complements your natural typing of Dragon Flying, and you play it with the Chen Pao. You can break sashes with the loaded dice Scale Shot and the Chen Pao. I think that might be a way that the Pokemon's played as a quote-unquote new way, but we'll find out.
I think it'll be interesting to see if we get like that 3 attack with like Scale Shot, Extreme Speed, and then whatever Ice Spinner for terrain or whatever move you want to run in that last slot, Stomping Tantrum, etc. But I know multi-scale isn't going to be as powerful.
It's absolutely going to be inner focus, I think.
Like, you have to be inner focus in this format.
Is Incineroar in the format? You need to be inner focus.
Well, so here's the thing. In Regulation H, you played the multi-scale because you didn't care about the Intimidate. You just didn't care.
Yeah.
And
because you weren't clicking Scale Shot a lot. I mean, you were clicking Scale Shot a lot, but also it's there. If you could click Haze or Tailwind, you were clicking those buttons more than you were clicking the Scale Shot. At least the way it ended up being played. So, and also that was the other thing. You could just haze away your Intimidates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In that case,
you could still do that, but the big thing I was getting at is the multi-scale benefit isn't going to be as beneficial in this format, just because there is an increased amount of fairy types and fairy coverage in this format.
Yeah. Another Pokemon I think is going to be solid. Regional winner on Lucas Arabelli's team is the Hisuian Typhlosion.
Typhlosion's good, man.
I think that just running it as another way of potentially playing Sun could be interesting. Now, maybe I'm a little putting it in this B-ish tier. Maybe it's closer to here.
I think it's solid.
I think it's probably better than most of the other Sun users.
For the most part, I think everything below Typhlosion there is outclassed in some way, and I think Typhlosion, what it does is fairly unique, right?
Yeah.
You are a fast eruption user that also you can just do a ton of damage, but the downside is you need your weather to be up. That's what makes Typhlosion powerful is weather control.
Yeah. The other benefit of this, specifically Hisuian Typhlosion, is you are immune to Fake Out. Correct. And so you get the benefit of, you can't touch me or my Covert Cloak, whatever, next to me. I'm either going to get my Tailwind off and hit you with a Shadow Ball, or I'm going to get my Sunny Day off and hit you with an Eruption, and you're not going to really necessarily be able to stop me.
Yeah. And especially this is a very, very balancy format. The Pivot Bros are going to be very prominent. It will be a top-end duo that you will see a lot of teams built around.
Yeah, the Pivot plus Urshifu is a very, very prominent part of this format.
Yeah, so just being able to ignore Fake Out is really, really strong. A Pokemon I personally think is very, very good in this format is Porygon 2. I think it's one of the, if not the premier Trick Room setter on teams that aren't very, very Trick Room focused.
It's your anti-Trick Room mon.
Yep. And it also could be used on Trick Room. We did see Porygon 2 plus the Hisuian Ursaluna win EUIC last year. That duo is a duo that we've seen a lot of, or at least just Ursaluna as well, which I'll just bring up. This is another Pokemon that I think nope, that's the wrong Ursaluna.
Do they not
Where's
have
the Ursaluna on 4 legs?
Is that on there?
I don't see it.
Oh.
I see the Basculegion.
Oh, it's top row.
Top row.
Top row.
There we go. Yep.
Why is it way up there?
I don't
Carl,
know.
This list isn't sorted at all. It's just kind of hodgepodge together.
Yeah, I'm going to put these two together. I think both these Pokemon are very, very good. It's just a really, really powerful Pokemon. It was something that in Regulation D people were very afraid of and weren't able to figure it out. And throughout E and F, we were more focused on the Ursaluna that stands on 2 legs, my personal favorite Pokemon, in the Blood Moon Ursaluna. But as that EUIC, I believe, was the first real time where, okay, people have figured out Hisuian Ursaluna, and then we've seen throughout the restricted formats, especially, come into Regulation H both times as well. Both of these Pokemon are equally potent, and they play very, very, very well with the Porygon 2, along with the fact that you also have the Iwafuchi team that is just built around maximizing the Porygon 2 as both your utility and speed control, and just an overarching presence on the game with its recovery, Ice Beam, and Terra Blast. Moving on, Empoleon. Probably just air.
Get it.
Yeah. They gave it competitive to try to fix it, and then they didn't fix it.
It sucks also just being a water and steel type in the
Big
format
time.
where there's a giant electric dragon that's staring you in the face.
We'll get to him.
Jumpluff is fine.
Yeah, I think Jumpluff's solid.
Here's the thing for this format in particular. Jumpluff was good in H, where it's fine and it's like little speed tiers and whatnot. Oh, you're bringing that back to me. Thank you. Good night, baby. But you could do a very similar thing in this format with Whimsicott, and you just play Sunny Day Whimsicott if you want to do that, or you just play Tailwind and not have a care in the world and get to play other moves like Fake Tears or Charm, etc.
Yeah, I think Jumpluff is really just going to be, does Joe Ugarte figure out how to do the Jumpluff Sun thing? And if he does, yeah, awesome. And we can just start. Let's just get these two, and then we'll just start banging out some weathers. Smeargle,
stick it in the solid. We have figured out that Smeargle's good in this VGC game.
Yeah.
People keep coming up with new and unique things to do with it. Just more ways to abuse the fact that Smeargle can get anything in pretty much in the game. Definitely something to keep an eye on as this format develops a little bit more and kind of look at it. Ninetales can go there.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's just bang out these weathers. T-Tar, I'm going to put in.
You honestly probably can throw T-Tar, Pelipper in totally usable.
I think Pelipper's a lot more than. I think Pelipper's solid.
It's tougher. Pelipper doesn't have it, like the rain teams aren't as strong in this format, if that makes sense, because we're not dominated by Archaludon.
No, we aren't.
We have much better ways to beat. Like, if you take Archaludon out of the rain team, what's Pelipper doing for you other than taking away Sun from whatever team that has Sun set up?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
It's not a fast Tailwind user. Wide Guard isn't as needed as much in this format. You're 4 times weak to one of the most popular Pokemon in this format. So what does Pelipper do that Whimsicott, Talonflame, or any of the other non-prankster Tailwind setters we currently have, like Dragonite, do for you?
Yeah, I was just going. One moment, let me just make sure. I'm just going through some lab mouse, and you're probably right there. And it's just, again, this is
I think this is Reg H brain coming to get you. Yeah, because
this is 1000% Reg H brain.
I don't remember a Pelipper doing anything in Regulation F. I remember people trying it with Water Bear.
Exactly the Sun teams.
Yeah, I remember people trying to do stuff with Water Bear early on, but then you're like, well, I have 2 Pokemon weak to Raging Bolt. What the heck am I doing here? Why is this a smart decision? And they immediately jumped off the Pelipper, and they're just playing Water Bear.
Yeah, I'm just seeing. Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, I was just going through Sao Paulo, the top rain team, like Pelipper team, was 111th. At Orlando, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely at Orlando. We do have a top 6. Actually, we have a handful of Pelipper usage at Orlando that did day 2. We did have, including Dylan Matthews in 16th, Yushin Wu in 20th, and then Zachary Minish and Alfonso Alfonso Gate. So yeah, we had like a handful of different teams. I can just share this real quick of Pelipper teams here, along with like Toller Webb and Braden Clemens, who just missed and bubbled. So there was some usage there. With that being said, it's also like, just while there are examples, that doesn't mean that, at least for what we know right now, there aren't Pelipper teams popping up on ladder. to my knowledge. They aren't doing well on the
honestly,
on like the one
like,
VR
a lot
tour.
of Regulation F was not weather based, and that was a big deal going from E to F. Was like just like there's no weather to be seen really,
unless it was like the manual weather.
Unless it was your
like
manual
tornadoes.
weather setters, like manual tornadoes. That's where your rain setter is. It's tornadoes. Like you have tornadoes to set your rain dance for you. That's kind of what they figured out in this format.
Yeah. With that being said,
Torkoal and Ninetale and Alolan Ninetales, especially the Alolan Ninetales, this one might be
won a special event.
Will probably be like a big carryover from what we've seen a lot of Reg H 2.0. I feel like this Pokemon will be on a lot more teams, just being able to, one, take away potential sun from certain things. It hits both Urshifus with Moonblast, because I don't think you have to run the Encore disabled sets in this format anymore. I don't think you can afford to do that with your Alolan Ninetales. I think you just aren't fast enough to do that anymore. I think you're just a little bit more inclined to making sure that you just hit Moonblast and Blizzard and Icy Wind, maybe. And then Torkoal, obviously, we know Torkoal's Torkoal. Sun is the best weather in this format because half the format likes photosynthesis. So, like, if you play Torkoal, if you dare, you will be setting photosynthesis for your opponent. Just FYI.
Or, other side of that, you abuse it. Proto Sun is a thing.
Yes. I'm just throwing some Pokemon, other mons that, like, again,
probably you might want to hold on to that one.
This one?
Yeah, you might want to hold on to that one.
Yeah, let's go. Milotic, usable or
probably just totally usable. It's another one of those Pokemon where it's like it is competitive. It is like an anti-intimidate mon. It does things with like Icy Wind and whatnot. Like it's got usage. It's just probably not the best water type you want to be using. I think your only water type should ever be Water Bear.
I think that's a really good way of putting it. It's going to take a real lot for me to not just say play Water Bear.
I think if your only options for water types that aren't Water Bear are probably Water Ogerpon, which is iffy. And then
I think
Water Ogerpon is it's hard. Water Ogerpon is harder to utilize in this format because its weaknesses and resistances are matched up compared to the other Ogerpons.
I don't think we have. I'm going to say
you're neutral to a lot of the common things like that are common types coverage that are in this format already, and so that becomes an immediate problem.
I'm going to say that the data says this is a water pond format. I'm just going by Orlando, 5th in usage, 34%. With a next ogre, Fart Flame was 11th in usage, but only at 18%. So almost twice as many Wellsprings than Heart Flames. I was playing a lot in this format, and I'd say like Water Pond definitely is a insanely good Pokemon. I'd say it's the top of very good, if not close to centralizing.
Well, you put all the Ogerpons in centralizing because that's just they're all the same except for their type. Like they're type.
They play relative. I will say this is a format where they do play relatively different, and I think what we can get the Ogerpons when we get there.
I don't think you're giving it too much credit in this format because they're all looking for follow me, spiky shield, Ivy Cudgel.
You're doing Firepon's doing 3 attack.
You
towards
can.
The end. You're doing grass.
Towards the end, you can, but we might swap back because guess what?
We could, but
it's going to be a very, very, very balance heavy meta going back into this to start.
Yep.
And so I imagine the follow me is going to be very important going into this early part of this Reg F again.
I think if you go for we can just throw these up here right now as centralizing. I do think they play. I am going to disagree with you. I think that the role of a fire pawn on a team is different than the role of a water pawn.
Here's the other problem with water pawn, in my opinion. You can't Terra that Pokemon.
No, you can.
No, if you do, you lose your water absorb, so your counter to Urshifu is gone.
Correct.
You immediately get chunked by Raging Bolt because you're now weak to a Raging Bolt and not neutral to it anymore.
Correct.
You don't Terra in front of those mons. You Terra your other mons.
But you can't Terra into the Pokemon that are 50% part of the format
against this mon.
That means if you can't Terra this Pokemon,
I'm going to pull the I have used this Pokemon.
I also have used this Pokemon. Like we could say
successful with it. And
like we could say this back and forth, and
you can absolutely Terra this Pokemon.
It is a very tough sell, in my opinion, to Terra Water Ogerpon in front of most of the format when it is looking to be Water Bear and Raging Bolt.
I'm going to disagree.
I can guarantee you that people do not Terra this Pokemon as much as you think they do.
I gotta agree with Carl on this one.
It might not be as much as we think, and that's the one.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a Pokemon you don't Terra that often.
You can absolutely Terra this Pokemon. Actually,
can and will are two different things, though.
Yeah, like you can Terra whatever you want.
That doesn't mean you want to.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's a good decision.
Just want to say, I was like the only thing I can do. Give me a moment. I don't have my notebook with me.
Like you can Terra your Porygon into something that's weak to Flutter Mane. That doesn't mean it's a good decision to do that. Like it's just the situations. Yeah. Like if I have Terra Ghost on my Ursaluna, that's great because I removed my fighting weakness, but I really don't want to Terra that into Flutter Mane. It's gonna feel really bad when I do that. That's why we see people adapt to different Terras, but you can't do that for Water Ogerpon. You can't change the Terra type. You're stuck being Water typing.
I mean, like, I'm just, again, and part of this is due to the high Wellspring. A lot of people play Terra Water in this format. I think that the fear of Terraing in front of the Raging Bolt, because one of the other things you can do with that is you're getting the +1 to special defense, and you're able to go and abuse the fact that a lot of these Raging Bolts are going to only be carrying Thunderclap as their coverage. You can just follow me, bot, and now they're just going neutral for neutral. One way you're going neutral for neutral with no boost, the other way you have the +1.
Most of the time, you're threatening just eating a Draco Meteor. Whether you Terra or not, it's like you're eating a Draco Meteor. They're going to click Draco Meteor in front of you because that's the most damage they can do to your Ogerpon. Because you are on the Water Pond, you are 9 times out of 10 going to just click Follow Me. So did you want to Terra your Water Ogerpon in that game? Probably no, because it does this +1 to special defense doesn't mean enough in the grand scheme of things.
Moving on to the other two, I threw them in very good. They're still Ogerpons. They're still very good.
The grass one I don't think is very good.
It is a playable Pokemon, solid. Yes.
It's probably solid.
Yeah. I do know that there was I don't know how big, or at least, again, going by trying to think back a year and a half, there was a Dondozo team that was doing very well for a moment in the format that used the Teal Mask Ogerpon. So I have an example there. Actually, if we're going, again, just using Orlando, what appears first? Do we see Teal Mask or Cornerstone? Yeah, we do see Cornerstone. So yeah, Cornerstone, just going by the usage at Orlando, Ogerpon, Wellspring was 5th at 34%, 11th for Heartflame at 18.25%, then 41st for Cornerstone at 2.43, and 47th for Teal Mask at 1.82. And the Teal Mask
is,
and the Teal Mask, it was the Dozo team. It was mostly paired with Chien-Pao, D-Knight, Glamora, and then Dozogiri.
It's the 2-2-2 nonsense.
Yeah. So again, one of the cool things with the Ogerpon, the Teal Mask, is that you have Defiant, and once you get the Defiant off, Superpower does a lot of damage into Incin.
Yeah.
And so it's cool in that sense. Now, what happens when the Incineroar goes and clicks Flare Blitz into you? We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Or if anything sitting across from you that's faster than you hits you anyway, it's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of big feels.
Yep.
Which that one's weird because it's the speed when you tear, right?
Yes, it's you get +1 speed.
It's whatever. Like, that's not super important.
Actually, I think I'm even just going to move. So I'm going to move.
So the rock one, I think is still very good, just because Follow Me Sturdy is still very good.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there for now. I think it's going to be a case of, again, people have really figured out how to use this Pokemon in the restricted formats, and it probably is a better suited bond for restricted, but the fact that we know how to use it compared to not knowing how to use it at all is probably going to at least put it in very good. I threw Latios in solid. This is just a very bulky Tailwind setter. Does a lot of support things, was on a very, very good balance team, in honestly arguably the best team in the format for the pre-portion of the format, and then by the first regional it completely fell off.
Everybody had figured it out.
Yeah. With that being said, it is still a solid Pokemon. I think it's you're probably going to be more likely to see a team based around Latios, or at least Latios on the balance teams compared to some of the other teams. Mons below it, which is why I'm putting in solid. Gastrodon.
Gastrodon probably stays in solid.
It's okay.
This was one of the other water types. I feel like it's like if you're going to play a water type, this is one of the ones that you play because
it's good against the other water types.
Because it's good against the main water types in the format.
The downside is it's really bad against Ogerpon and Rillaboom.
Nah, you just Terra Fire. You're just Terra Fire or Terra Poison, and you just look at it. It's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, the Terra Poison would be like huge.
Come on, bring it on! Like, let's go. I will win this battle with Ice Beam. Like, let's go.
Another Pokemon that is like a war of attrition-y Pokemon is Bronzong. This is a Pokemon that it's really fun. One of the best Pokemon in the format that we will get to is Landorus Incarnate, and it's super cool to have a Pokemon that with Levitate just looks at at it and says, "No."
So come on. He's even got the poses like, "What's up? Come on."
Yeah, he's like, "What are you going to do? You want to Earth Power me?
Good luck.
Poison me?"
Can't touch me at all because you're playing double ground and poison coverage. Good luck.
And this is another Pokemon where it's like you're not running it as a Trick Room team. I mean, you can, but this just feels like a Pokemon that you can put on just a generic team as this is my speed control, my anti-Trick Room. This like is
you play Trick Room on it because it has access to Trick Room. Most of the time, you're probably just doing like, I'm going to Body Press you or I'm going to Gyro Ball you.
And so the Gyro Ball is also great as an option. Let me see. I can just.
I'm pretty sure it's close to Okoing Fluttermane. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember exactly, but it's really close.
So I'm just going to pull up Flutter. I'm just going to use because we're seeing a lot more bulky. So
grab the bulky
because I know heavy slam almost always does.
Yeah, I just don't remember the base power for Gyro Ball through Proto.
Gyro Ball does even more damage.
Yeah, I'm about to say Gyro Ball usually does even more. But
so 0 attack Bronzong into 212 HP, 132 defense Fluttermane.
That's a really bulky Fluttermane.
That's what they run.
I know, but I know that's like the norm, but man, is that a lot of bulk.
So this one is also like, I mean, I was just putting it in. This was like the timid booster speed, 124 speed. Get your booster,
get your boost and outspeed everything
and
that matters.
It does like 130% minimum, and even if it's like they were going like modest, going for booster special attack, you're still doing 107% minimum. Yeah. So the Gyro Ball hits. What I was actually looking at was just looking at seeing where you're at with a. So yeah, that's the thing with just putting that there. Okay. So you're doing it's a guaranteed 3-hit KO into Raging Bolt, like the 252 HP Raging Bolt, depending on again where its other things are. So I think that's another interesting thing as just a mon that can chunk your booster speed Raging Bolt and also has what's it called? That dragon resistance as well. I think it's just it's a neat Pokemon. I think it's something that definitely can be explored more. If people find the right mons to put around it, or on the other end, the right 5 mons that just need Bronzong, I think it could be really cool.
Just Bronzong, ursaluna, just Earthquake next to it. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just Earthquake next to it.
Heatran, I believe, is solid.
I remember... This is another one where it might get better play from the restricted formats, because we had Raid Boss Heatran pop up in Reg G, the format after this. The Terra Fairy, like it's Terra. Actually, it takes a very similar role to what Volcarona was doing in H, and just has a better like coverage set. It's probably one that that will probably move up later on.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it. So I think Solid's fine. So usage-wise, it actually had less usage than Teal Mask. Teal Mask Ogerpon at Orlando. Its highest finish was 126. So not a lot of promise there. There are a lot of things that really hate on the Heatran. Again, you have one of the things is your Fire Pond has Mold Breaker and can just hit right through it.
Yeah.
Water Pond hits it. Urshifu hits it. Both of them. Waterfu hits it on both sides.
But that's why it's the Terra Fairy raid boss.
Yeah. So I think I'm probably going to put that more
because
invisible.
all the things you just listed that were beating it were also relevant in G.
Yeah.
Literally everything. It's just a Pokemon that it took time to get to the point of people figuring out how to play it.
I'll put it in Solid then. Going into another Pokemon we put in Solid, Cresselia, which did win a regional at the last event of the format. We went over this when we went over that regional winning team. It's just, again, another option for this anti-Trick Room support mon, where it can be your speed control. On that team, it let you use its signature attack to just be a cleric and heal everything.
Lunar Blessing's really good. That's all you got to say about this Pokemon.
I was going to say Lunar Dance, but that's a different
Lunar
move.
Dance is its other signature move?
Yes.
Which
that's
like
the one that
removes
knocks itself out, right?
That's the one that it kills itself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
It KOs itself and it does stuff.
Yep.
But Lunar Blessing is the big one.
Is Lunar Blessing the one that's like Heal Bell?
It's Life
Heal
like
Bell
Life
combined with
Life
Dew.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Heal Bell heals
HP.
all statuses from the team. This one just heals from active, right?
Heals from whatever's next
okay.
to you,
yeah.
Which is pertinent in this format. Like burns happen,
absolutely, it's
sleeps
important.
happen.
Yeah, I'm just throwing some things up there. Excadrill, we didn't really see sand.
That's the problem is sand was hard to justify because Tornadus is in the format and Tornadus is just clicking Rain Dance all the time, or you're just getting Sunny Dayed by Whimsicott and or Torkoal, and so it's just like Excadrill just doesn't do anything in this format.
Yeah, so usable or content?
Probably just more content.
Yeah.
Content.
Yeah.
Lilligant Hisuian, another one of these.
This is one of those. It sits
mons.
next to Jump Bluff and whatever it's going to be.
It's solid.
Yeah, it's if you're not playing Jump Bluff, you got to play Lilligant.
Yeah, and also you could see worlds where like you're playing Jump Bluff on your more like just general offensive Sun teams, while you're playing the Lilligant on a Psy-Spam team with just a Sun mode as like a little other package.
The usual combination is like Indeedee, Hatterene, Torkoal.
Yeah, we'll throw, I think Indeedee solid. I think Hat solid. I think that these are Pokemon that all go together. They're very good. We know what the team does.
Yeah.
It's just
it does stuff.
Yeah. Gothitelle, where this is a Pokemon that I'm
probably
actually
just another solid Pokemon because the archetype that it's like it builds around it is very, very specific, and once you've played through it around it enough times, you kind of just understand how to beat it. And unless your name is exactly Wolfe Glick, you're probably not performing as well as you think you should be with it.
Yeah. These are just, there's so many more of these.
Yeah, get those guys.
Flamigo. Where do you want to put Flamigo?
This is another one of those, just what's the word? Kind of like Heatran.
We finally figured out how to use it.
We figured out how to use it. Being scrappy is really cool. Like, this is the format's mind shell.
Yes.
It's the best way to describe it. Like, when you go into these higher power formats with these Paradox Pokemon, Flamigo is the mind shell we saw when we made the jump in Sword and Shield. Flamigo is that jump. Notably immune to ground, so it's very, very important. Has fighting coverage for the Ursaluna bears, access to Tailwind, access to Wide Guard, access to just so many things. Plus, there's just the ever-running meme of Espathra and Flamigo doing co-star things. So,
yeah. I think one of the cool things with, as we just throw more Pokemon
get more of these out of here.
I think one of the really cool things with the Flamigo is the fact that, as you said, like, you can do the scrappy stuff, you can hit Fluttermane, you can hit the Terra Ghosts they're trying to dodge, Incineroar, or just any fake out. Hell,
what sucks is close combat is like super resisted still. So.
Yeah. I think one of the other things that's cool with it is that since you're scrappy, you ignore the Intimidate. And this is
that's the big kicker, is you ignore Intimidate. It's Intimidate like check. Like, if you play this into Incineroar, this thing will check it every time.
Yep. And into like that balance trio of Incin, Urshifu, Rillaboom, you can hit all of them super effective.
Yeah,
and I think that's really cool.
That's the big draw.
Yeah,
it's the balance
downside
breaker.
of this. Yeah, the downside of this is that it is not only a frail Pokemon, but compared to the rest of the format, you are looking at a slow Pokemon. It is. Wow, 110.
I was about to say, it is not slow. I was going to say,
so it's not slow, but then I'm saying it's not slow, but also compared to the fast Pokemon in the format.
Compared to the fast Pokemon in the format, you're not fast enough, but you're one of the faster non-Prankster Tailwind ones.
Yeah.
Which is its niche. Like, that is what it's doing. Like, you play this with Sash and Farigiraf next to it or whatever, you can set your Tailwind or your Trick Room, and you have pretty much guaranteed speed control in some sort of shape or fashion.
So I think it's absolutely usable. And
that's why it's like it's more above its niche where we would normally have put it. People have figured out how to play with it after playing a year with other Pokemon and using it. Yeah, get Amoonguss up there. We know what it does.
Amoonguss centralizing. Wolfe Glick 1-8. And the thing is, it's his Orlando video where he talks about, he played what looked to be, just your double genie balance team. And then the story is, no, I wanted to play around Amoonguss. And it is because it can not only do a lot of support, but the big thing that he went and did was use Sludge Bomb and dropping the Pollen Puff. That's something that a lot of people were always like, it had to be Protect, like Protect Spore, Rage Power, Pollen Puff. That was the set. And then the move to drop a lot of the times was Protect, and you were dropping it more so for a Clear Smog. I know, again, the Iwafuchi team was running Covert Cloak with Clear Smog over Sludge Bomb. It was it was. I think actually we might have tweaked it to running Sludge after Wolfe. We saw what Wolfe did, running the Sludge Bomb instead. But yeah, we're one of the things to note so far, at least for your centralizing threats, and there will be more of these Pokemon up here. A lot of your centralizing threats are these water types that we keep on talking about and haven't thrown up here yet. And by these water types, we mean Urshifu, but a lot of grass types, and to be able to have Amoonguss be offensive into the Ogre Ponds or into Rillaboom, or any of the Terra Grass Pokemon who are trying to dodge your Spore, well, now you're punishing them with a Stab Sludge Bomb, and sure, you're not one-hit KOing them, you're 2 to 3 hit KOing if you get a good poison roll, especially. And that's just a really neat thing that this Pokemon can do in the format. That is very, very centralized.
Another benefit to playing Cornerstone over the other two is you're not with the Sludge Bomb.
Volcarona. I think we can put this in.
It's probably solid next to the
more solid than very good.
Yeah, more solid than very good. Volcarona falls off hard into this format. It's there's water bears back.
Yeah.
Water bear.
That's a very simple way of putting it. Water bear.
Water bear. Can
we go ahead and talk about the bear real quick?
Let's get the bear.
Let's just get him out.
Hey, simply put, Urshifu water is really, 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 really good.
That's Dark Bear. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Dark Bear is fine. Dark Bear has
Dark Bear is still good. Like you play Dark Bear in this format just because Dark Bear.
So Dark Bear was, I know Dark Bear was played a lot on the earlier versions of the Farig Blood Moon teams. I had that Pokemon as my 6th spot. A lot of times with that team specifically, as we covered in our team spot, like that 6th slot was rotating through a lot of different Pokemon. You had like your main set 5, and then your 6th just depended. But a lot of times on the Tail Room version, I believe it was, I'm trying to remember who played Wolf. Not at Orlando. It was another tournament Wolf. Like I remember, it was another tournament Wolf was in that Wolf won in Reg F, I believe. Long story short, it was the Dark Fu, Tail Room, like Ursaluna, Ferrograph Torn was the 2nd place team. Was it Nick Donnelly? There we go. Yeah. Nick Donnelly's team. He was using that. So a lot of times you would see like the Dark Fu with Blood Moon Ursaluna. Water Fu you would see with everything all the time. This is this is the best Pokemon ever made. But it's also, to an extent, as unethical as it is ethical. And one of the Pokemon that you do not see on this tier list is Sneasler, because when this tier list was made, Sneasler
It's right there next to Espathra.
It is right there. Wow, it was blending right in. Sneasler, I think, is just going to be solid.
Yeah, this is probably another one of those, oh, hey, we found out a new niche way to use it in Regulation H. Yeah. That might carry over. Like, Swords Dance, Eric Acrobatics, Close Combat is still really, really good.
Yep. And so the thing is, and we've said this before, at least for me, Urshifu looks me in the eye and tells me what he's going to do to just ruin my day. But he's honest. It's a job. Breaking protects and completely destroying a primate. It's a job. You know, you get paid how you get paid. The Dire Claw Sneasler is just a sin to God's earth because it looks at you.
Y'all are still complaining about Dire Claw Sneasler, and that's not even the best Sneasler anymore. Like, stop
annoying.
whining.
I still hate it so much.
Stop whining about it.
Chestnut. What are we doing with Chestnut?
It's a Jamie Voigt special.
So right there, Hisui and Gudra is probably also content farming. I think both these Pokemon, it's just the generic Iron Defense Body Press stuff. Araquanid, I'm going to put in totally usable. This is a Pokemon I was very, very excited for when the format came out. It was the second we got the DLC. The first Pokemon I built around was Araquanid. And I wasn't the only one. I remember, Moxie Boosted actually went and brought it to the first Reg F Regional Portland. There were a handful on stream that event, and it just didn't do as well. It's a water type Trick Room on. It hits hard. It's burn immune. You can run the Clear Amulet on it. It's ignore Incineroar. I still think people will figure out some way to use it. So I think it's better than anything in niche, but it doesn't have any right to be anything above that.
It's tough, right? Because a lot of the people that are playing this Pokemon probably are just playing Water Bear instead. So it's tough to justify Araquanid over things like the Water Bear. But it's probably, like I said, fine. Basculegion is probably better than Niche in this format still.
So the thing is, I think it falls into the same thing where on these rain teams, when you're playing rain,
it's also probably going to benefit from the, hey, I can just do adaptability scarf things and just punch people.
But why would I could just run Scarfu, Water.
You can,
I think like that.
but Scarfu has different
think
coverage, so it's just like, do you?
You're clicking your water type moves in most cases.
Most of the time.
Maybe
But
it's
like
I think it's like of the most barely as in totally usable.
Yeah.
If we're talking
like
about,
if you're putting Araquanid up there, you're probably putting Basculegion up there.
We also saw more Araquanid than Basculegion in Regulation F. Grimmsnarl.
This is the one where it's like it's probably dependent on what's good in the format,
which is why it's going to go right in the middle, ish. Screens are always good, but also sorry about that. Screens are always good, but sometimes they also aren't good, and also Urshifu hits right through them because it always crits. Game Breaker. Espathra. Are we just throwing this in content?
Yeah, it's content most of the time.
I don't think it's very good. I think it's fine to go down there.
Yeah. Glimmy is solid. Honestly, you might be able to argue even very good. There were a lot of different teams, whether it was Dondozo or these like hyper offensive, just straight up Tornadus 5 HOMON teams that were popular. Those teams also ran Darkfu as an option. Glimmora just feels really good. Setting spikes is always great. Just clicking Meteor Beam is awesome. It picks up a ton of stuff in this format. Being a rock type is really cool as well. Outside of the Urshifus, a lot of the other things, we would see a lot of extreme speed spam in this format. Stopping that is really great. Being a poison type in a Flutter main format, also really good. So I think it's at least solid, and it's probably on most of the order of this stuff doesn't matter.
It's at least a solid one. It's going to see play on the Dondozo Gary teams.
It's going to see play.
Yeah,
I think it's the best way to put it. It will see play. It's going to be good.
Which also, I'm just going to throw this up. Do they have Tatsu? Am I missing Tatsu?
I'm not seeing Tatsu.
But
well, I just put it next to the Dozo. Dozo's a really good team. It's just always going to be a very good comp.
Oh, so here's the benefit: is you got to talk about Dozagiri and you got to talk about Tinglu.
Exactly, and we'll start with it because there are other ways to play Dozo. You can play it next to Tinglu. I don't know if I would call it ethical because I don't think in a sense, both are ethical and also both are just heinous.
I love it. I love this combination.
Yeah,
you're a sicko.
It's my jam. I love it. It's bulky boys sitting there doing their thing. They're not bothered by anybody. And I'm going to click my yawns and I'm going to click my sand tombs, and you're going to sit there and like it.
Now, Carl, have you considered, instead of sand tombing, we fissure?
Well, that's option 2 when we don't yawn. Because the fissure's on the Dondozo.
No, it should be on both. Trust me. I know.
You
from experience.
You actually don't have enough room on Tinglu's board now to have it, but you can still play it on Dondozo.
Yeah, no, it's and
over
also
like
while
heavy
we're
slam,
here,
usually.
Get
out of here, Wo Chien believers. We don't like you. Yeah, that's where that goes.
Yeah, Chien Pao, and also we have the shinies. That's going to be excited.
Yeah, you're going to see so many shinies, and you're going to start to see people who didn't get shinies.
Hey, is there a limit of when those GameStop codes are good for the shiny legends?
I don't know.
Which you mean for the bikes?
Uh-huh. Is there an expiration date on this?
Probably. There probably is.
I mean, at some point.
I need to look at that because I haven't claimed mine yet.
Yeah, you should.
You should probably go look at that.
Yeah.
Actually, I might be able to tell you real fast.
Yeah, so while you're doing that, we can just talk about what these Pokemon are doing. It's just the... and the thing is with especially the Flutter and the Chien-Pao is that not only are you able to run them on these super hyper offensive teams, but you're able to run them on balance as just damage amplifiers for your balancing mons. You could do your Fire, Water, Grass, and then throw a Chien-Pao on there because your balance trio is all physical, and all of them have naturally really good attack stats, even if you weren't investing in the attack on your Incineroar or on your Rillaboom.
Hey,
Incin, Incin has
October 24th.
Is the expiration date?
this year. Yeah, they expired on October 24th.
I didn't even think they were that old. I don't believe you.
I literally am looking at it right now.
I have the cards. I'll go look at them here after a while. Man.
So as we were saying with this before Carter became sad,
Instant
has a base 115 attack. Rilla has a base 125 attack. Even if you aren't investing a ton into those stats, the Xianpao is able to add another multiplier on these balance teams. Same with the Chiyu. You're able to do your Flutterfish as just a back option, as a way to give your Balancely team that has Fluttermane on it just a general like go button, something that whether it's a team sheet check, whether it is your go, like I need to do damage right now mode. It's able to add a lot of different layers to these teams, and they're just two insanely powerful Pokemon that you're going to be seeing a lot of. Referencing Orlando again, you had Xianpao 9th in usage, and you had Chiyu actually was a lot lower. Chiyu was 25th.
Flutterfish was having a hard time during the back end of F.
Yeah, but Xian at 9th place, and also Xianpao finished in 2nd. As its
if I remember correctly, Flutterfish was struggling because
Chiyu did finish 5th.
But it was struggling because Thunderclap was a problem.
Yeah, so Chiyu did finish 5th on that that hyper offensive team I was telling you about, the Tornadus, Glimmy, Flutterfish with Darkfu. So it does have a place there, and I also believe. No, it was not used on Iron Crown. They used Fire Pond. Okay, what else do we have here? Just trying to get some others out. We're just going to bank some things out. Terrakion, it's like the top of.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's content farming. Ape is interesting because we've really have done a lot more with Ape than just run it as a beat up bot. With that being said, there's a lot of Mons in this format that just really hate on Ape. I'm gonna put it solid for now.
Yeah, it's probably fine. It's rough.
Yeah. Gambit is very good.
Yeah, Gambit's good.
I'm gonna move Bonnet to usable. This is a case where is it usable or is it niche?
Oh, it's very much usable. This is another situation of the regulation.
We learned how to use it.
And like the G and I formats made people figure out how to use this Pokemon. You are going to see a lot of Bonnet still.
Yeah. And then also Fluttermane, again, this is one of the best Pokemon ever made. Fluttermane was number 1 in usage, beating out Incineroar by 3 spots at Orlando. This is just another Pokemon. Pretty much every Pokemon up in the centralizing threats. First of all, you can use almost all these Pokemon together, but Flutter fits with all of them insanely well. I'm actually going to put Flutter right next to her girlfriend. Water Pond Fluttermane is by far my favorite lead in Regulation F. Probably just in general, my favorite lead in Generation 9. I love these two together. So if you're looking for a fun time and a duo that can do a lot of really fun things together, and just give you a lot of options from turn 1, go put these two on a team and win games. It's great. Hands really fell off in usage towards the tail end of Regulation F as well. It was 24th in usage. But again, it's just a really powerful Pokemon. It has a lot of different teams it does very well on. I think it definitely is very good. And I don't think it'll ever jump up for centralizing, but I think has a better chance at finishing out in very good than just solid.
Yeah. That one's probably usable. It's another one of those Paradox Pokemon people have figured out how to use since we first visited F.
This one,
that one you can put there. Baxcalibur is probably in that solid tier.
Yep, we did actually. We're seeing when I threw up the Pelipper teams, a lot of those Pelipper teams are actually using Baxcalibur as a Ice type to punish the Grass Pokemon, along with just being a generally strong dragon, and another generally strong dragon that is probably in that solid tier. One of the kings of Regulation H, Archaludon. It's just solid. The big issue with it is in a format with Urshifu, who can break through and ignore your sturdy boosts, along with Fluttermane to just be able to 2-hit KO you.
There's more special attackers that are scary.
So many more. Clefairy, are we putting that as very good? I think it's very good.
I think it's okay.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it is solid more than very good.
Let me see. Where was Clefairy at for usage? Only 62nd in usage. However, we do have a 18th place finish. Who was
One
that?
finish does not equal.
That was Stefan. Stefan, the double genie balancing he was using. He had Clefairy. So
yeah, so it's like you could probably put that more on Stefan than you could.
So it's solid. Yes.
Lily,
we're not going to talk about Alola Muck.
Lay down.
Nope.
We know what's happening. Do we have regular Weezing or is this and Galar Weezing?
Regular Weezing.
Regular?
It's just regular.
Replace this for Galar Weezing because it's supposed to be Galar Weezing.
Which Weezing was used more? No, it looks like no, Cantonian Weezing was used more.
I thought so.
Yeah, for the first time, and then as we've gone into other formats.
In this is Orlando.
No, that's what I'm saying. For the first time through F, and then we skipped to G and H, and Galar Weezing is the one people are using more. Because the fairy coverage on Galar Weezing is still pertinent.
Yes, it is. I think both of them are solid. I know one of my member of my building group, Calvin, they just it kind of started as a bit and now it's just all they do is build Weezing teams. And so like I've had like at least seen the thought process of just maximizing this Pokemon. It does really cool things. A lot of Pokemon in this format really want their ability, and to be able to just say no.
We have a Regigigas video on the channel of
we do
Regigig. We do.
Yeah. Registeel. What are we doing?
I don't remember recording that. Did I record that?
No, it's because I did.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, that doesn't seem like something I'd want to play.
Registeel.
It's niche. It's not as great as it was anymore. Glade's solid.
I would.
It's solid.
It's solid because all the other with the other Trick Room on.
It's your best physical attacker, and sharpness is busted.
Yeah. Torn is another centralizing threat. It's insanely powerful. It's the best prankster Pokemon in the format. It is the best weather Pokemon in the format. Its weather allows it to have a spread move that doesn't miss in the format.
Yeah, this is the reason Pelipper doesn't exist in this format. Is because
this is why Pelipper is not good. Thundy T can go away.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Thundy I is probably fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
Probably just usable. Lando T's probably also in that totally usable category. Yeah, and then Lando I just goes to the top.
Yeah,
this sucker should be like near the toppy top. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, I am not splitting them up. This is one of the best Pokemon in the entire Scarlet and Violet generation. Sheer Force Life Orb is just so
I take credit for bringing this to people's attention.
Yeah. No, this was a big one. Talonflame I'm going to put in usable.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's Incineroar, I think that's niche.
Yeah, sure. Imagine how bad Incineroar would be if it didn't have Intimidate.
Oh, we don't have to imagine. Go look at Gen 7
no one would play it.
HA came out. It was like like there are people who like played Incin.
That Prim is like it got usable. But people play it.
Yeah, I'll put it there. What do we got? You
can go down there. Cerulege, unfortunately, you actually have to acknowledge.
Yeah.
People use it.
Serena, my queen,
is, I think, usable. It's completely outclassed.
There's a giraffe that does a better job of what it's
correct.
Who I think is like insanely good.
Well, see,
there's a lot
Angela,
of
you put it in the very good tier, not the insanely good tier.
I can't spell Jesus.
No, you can't.
It's the reason why I went to school for math and not words. Comfy. I would like Comfy to be cool. I think Comfy's a cool Pokemon. It's niche. So is Oranguru.
Bad.
You can use it, but you shouldn't.
Oranguru is like the juniors champion Pokemon. People use it on so many different teams because they can, and it gets
also
away with
that
so
was
much.
regulation. Also, that was Regulation C. So it's not like he had much of a choice.
No, it literally is like in the top tables of most junior events still.
Good for them.
Como solid. Como really sucks when there's more fairies.
It does. Now you are able to do like the really cute Terra Steel bulletproof stuff.
Yeah, like that's your only like thing you're doing with this anymore.
Yeah, to the point where I'm actually thinking it's just be usable.
Like Como-O's cool until you run into the 10th Flutter main of the event and you're just like, I'm done playing this Pokemon.
Yeah. Rillaboom
you put him next to Incineroar where he's supposed to be.
Yeah. Actually, if we're going by where was it for usage? He was 7th in usage.
But he's supposed to be next to Incineroar. If you're going to put Fluttermane next to Ogerpon, you got to put
you have to keep the boyfriends together.
The boyfriends and the girlfriends need to be next to each other, yes.
Yes.
They absolutely need to.
That one's totally just like a solid Pokemon.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's like, so Regidrago is really good.
Mon. I want that to be known.
It's really good on one team, and that team is really good.
Yeah, like you gotta respect Regidrago.
And if we're doing that,
you got to pull that one up too.
Going to put Crown if we're coupling our Pokemon up. Iron Crown should always be with Reggie. Well,
I don't think they always are together, but the team that Regidrago is good on plays Iron Crown. Iron Crown is fine on other teams outside of the Regidrago team.
Yeah. So actually, Regidrago at Orlando, only 41. So only 5 of the 12 Regidragos in Orlando were with Iron Crown, while Iron Crown, yeah. So they weren't keeping them together, but they should be together.
The team people are aware of is the Regidrago Iron Crown team.
Yeah,
like that's
Screamtail. I think is solid.
Yeah, this is what you wanted your Ninetales. What Ninetales is doing and currently in Reg H is what you want Screamtail to be doing on your teams.
My favorite Reg F Screamtail story is when I interviewed Zach, and he was talking about how him and Justin Knox, they made this team, and it was around Screamtail, and they had all these matchups that were specifically for Screamtail, and none of them ever happened, and Screamtail sucked, and it felt like that they were playing 5 versus 6 the entire weekend.
Yeah, that tends to be how Screamtail plays.
Yeah.
The matchup it's good in, it's absolutely absurd, and every other matchup is just unusable.
Yeah, you just bring it to the matchups it's good in. If this format is so centralized around being 4 or 5 really good Pokemon and then one Swiss Army knife, this is good for this specific matchups. Yeah, Walking Wake's somewhere up there.
It's solid.
Playable.
We saw it on Sun teams. It's solid.
We're gonna see that. We're gonna see that Assault Vest Aqua Jet teams.
Yeah,
Walking Wake come back. We're gonna see that, and it's gonna get people off guard again.
I think Boulder's usable. Again, Break and Protect's really cool.
It's just the speed is just very, very.
Yeah, it's actually it's probably closer.
It's very much a content farming Pokemon.
I'm curious. So we saw a lot of really great Iron Valiant usage in the restricted formats, but I think it's niche. It
might be another one of those Pokemon of just it's just better now that people have figured it out. Bundles very good.
Yeah,
1 point faster than Fluttermane, fast Icy Wind, etc., etc.
Dango's also just a very good Pokemon. It's always very good. It's not the S tier mon. It's
much rougher in this format because there are much more threats into it.
Rory Moon is also, I think, just a generally solid Pokemon. You have a lot of teams where it does really well. Well, you have both the Iwafuchi team and also again, you have different balance teams where you're using, say, like Flutter. I'm just trying to remember the team. It was Flutter, Waterpawn, Raging Bolt, Incin, Roaring Moon, and Amoonguss. That was like a balanced team as well that I believe had a lot of the really, really good balanced players were playing that on VR. I think someone brought it to win an Oceania event. There's a lot of different teams to use the Pokemon on. It's just that in a format with Fluttermane, you have to know exactly how to position it well. I don't think you can play this Pokemon without redirection. Specifically, I think that because of the Fluttermane issue, you really can't.
Well, that's why there's Ogerpons and Amoongus's in the top.
I was going to say, I think it not just redirection. I think it needs to be with Amoonguss. Like, I think these two need to be together.
And before my safety goggles, Fluttermane destroys your Raging Bolt.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, if you're running safety goggles Fluttermane, I might be fine. Sinistra, this is another Pokemon where I think more and more people are figuring out how to play this. Yeah. I'm going to say it's solid.
It's again, like that same situation of, it's a Pokemon that people have now had more time to play with. A lot of these Pokemon that were new when the game, like when we first got to this format, they were new and like not really sure how to use them effectively. We've kind of figured that out now. Okie dokie! Yay! I love this Pokemon.
Yeah, this was again.
This is also a Carlmon, like just through and through. This is Carlsmon.
Yeah, this is another Pokemon that we looked at. It won Sao Paulo. It is a balance breaker. We really did the pro-con of why would you play this over a Pokemon like Sneasler. I think it's just really interesting. It doesn't do anything perfectly. It like has the B version of a lot of traits. It doesn't have... Actually, what is its attack stack compared to Sneasler's?
It's...
So it's 128.
Okay, I think. It's not a big difference.
So yeah, it's only... So yeah, Sneasler has it by 2 points.
Yeah, it's not a big difference. Plus most of the time, you're going to be guard dog, so you threaten to go +1 immediately.
Yeah, so it's... But like, it's... You have the Defiant, but not actual Defiant ability. You
don't fold to a ham sandwich because your defenses are actually very decent.
Yeah, genuinely, it's a well-statted mon. It's a very good mon.
I think it's something that is a Pokemon that you need, that should be revisited. The fact that it does have a regional win will make people respect it and actually.
We will see it more we will see it more as a balance breaker in this format because just like Flamigo, it kind of lines up pretty well into a lot of the format.
Yeah. Gouging Fire is a really powerful Pokemon.
Oh my goodness, I love this Pokemon so fucking much.
Yeah, it's another...
This is another Carl Pokemon.
Yeah, and it goes well with the Tinglu Dondozo.
Yep. This is why, like I said, it's another Carl Pokemon.
This is just a really strong Pokemon. You're able to be very fast with your booster energy. Howl, Breaking Swipe as a pseudo Intimidate, along with just Spread Chip to break sashes. There's a lot of things that this Pokemon does well. And again, you're going to see a lot of teams based around this Pokemon.
Also, Burning Bulwark's really good.
Yes. And we're saving the best for last. The best Pokemon, the defining Pokemon of the format, Raging Bolt.
Just get up there. There we go.
There are so many things
you should probably drag Urshifu next to Rillaboom and Incineroar because it's
yeah. Oh yeah, honestly,
this is literally the top 4. Like this is going to be the top.
I'm just going to switch that there.
It's literally like probably the top
there. Hey, look, there's a team.
Yeah, that's
like,
literally
that exact 6.
That is a team. Like we aren't joking. Like you are going to come into Reg F at the start of January, and it's going to feel a lot like what Regulation H has kind of boiled into at the tail end. The top 6 in usage is literally just a team.
Yeah, no, this is it's insanely powerful. The set you're going to see mostly on it is on these balance teams. The Terra Fairy Leftovers Calm Mind set with Dragon Coverage and Thunderclap.
Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, whichever one they want to play.
Yeah.
Draco Meteor is usually, I think, the more common one still. It's just
since you can boost
the big damage. Yeah, the big nuke is just really important.
Yep, and you have Pokemon such as Incin and Rilla to just give it space with the fake out pressure at all times. Overall, just a very, very powerful Pokemon that is able to get a lot of boosts up and win games and 1v4 things after a couple boosts. You also have so many more sets it can run. You can use offensive items such as the Booster Energy Special Attack or Magnet. You can use Life Orb with it. You can use Assault Vest, throw on your Dragon Coverage, your Thunderclap, and then you can do triple Electric with Thunderbolt and E-Webs, add Speed Control. You can play Snarl as a way to be another damage mitigator and disruptor. Hell, you can, depending on if you're running it on a weather team or not, you can run Weather Ball on this Pokemon.
Weather Ball is something we've seen before, and it's really cool because it's just like incidental fire or water or ice coverage is kind of neat.
Yeah, so going through the stats, 96.9% played Thunderclap at Orlando, 281 of the 290. 68.62% for Dragon Pulse, 57.24% Protect. Then it was Calm Mind, Snarl, Thunderbolt, and Draco Meteor. Snarl, Thunderbolt, and Draco Meteor all being within 2 to 3% percentage points, like 30 to 33% on those. Those are the main moves that you're seeing. Also, Electro Web's right behind it, and then it drops a lot lower to Volt Switch, Weather Ball, Terra Blast.
Those are tends to be the AV sets, and
yeah. So there was one that ran Dragon Breath, one that ran Thunder, and one that ran Thunderous Kick.
Neat.
Okay.
If you could tell me what that move does, because I don't freaking remember. Thunderous Kick is a...
Isn't it the...
Okay, the Thunderous
Zapdos?
Kick is 1000%... Yeah, because I was like, that's Zapdos'
I was about to say,
right?
I thought that was Galarian Zapdos' signature.
It is. It's Galarian. So that is someone went and was probably trying to play Thunder or Thunderbolt and click the wrong button.
Yeah,
have fun with that team sheet error.
That's actually very common in Arcanine, unfortunately.
Yep. But yeah, this in general, this is just a phenomenal, powerful Pokemon. It is the Pokemon that warps the entire metagame around it. There is Regulation F where people didn't have the Japanese balance team with Calm Mind, Raging Bolt, and there's Regulation F after. And we live in the after.
We live in the after.
We are in the after.
It's going to probably be a little bit... We saw pretty quickly in H how the meta shifted and changed and adapted to what we knew was good. It's not probably going to happen in this format. It's going to be a little bit, but we also have an entire month off of events for the start of this format. So we'll see what happens at locals and on online tours. People could figure out good ways to break this 6. Things like the Okidogi or the Flamigo start to pop up more next to maybe some of the ground types that can deal with the Raging Bolt more effectively. So yeah.
Yeah. I think one of the other things that we'll see is more local development, and maybe we could see some international stuff with VR tournaments. But even though we are on an off month for majors and for online and for official online events, we still have your locals. So if you do have locals around you, you will be playing Regulation F in December. So against the second this episode comes out, you will be playing Regulation F at your locals. So it's a good time to just hop on Showdown, get used to playing with these Pokemon again. If you do play,
if you weren't doing that already,
I haven't been.
I know. I have my first local, I believe, is the 16th of December. That might be my only local.
We have a couple locals the weekend of the 12th or 13th of December, whatever it is, and then there's a local on the 20th. That the one on the 20th I might go to. Maybe we'll see. We'll see if I want to put the effort into doing that or not.
Yeah, I just need to figure out a couple teams. I mean, when I say that, I'm going to be probably just going to be playing Fergraph Blood Moon.
I'm going to figure out Okie Dokie if I go. I want to use.
Yeah, I need to figure out do I want to play my Slow Bear or my Cocaine
Bear?
Cocaine Bear every time.
Well, I know you guys are going to say.
So then why did you ask?
Why'd you ask us?
Yeah, this is clearly a problem.
I'm just saying. No, this is a general statement that I'm making.
No, you asked.
This is not a question.
Should I do this or this? We give you answer. Well, that's obviously what you were going to say.
Well, yeah, because I mean, Carter, you're always going to say Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, Cocaine Bear go growl.
Yeah. You had no clip.
Oh, the other reason why Wheezing is going to probably be Galarian Wheezing is because it gives you that dragon immunity to pit.
Having a dragon immunity is really important.
On the Raging Bolt. That's going to be a big thing.
Yes, so we're going to go... this is the tier list. I think this is...
We didn't miss anybody, did we?
Let's just go. Actually, is there anyone in my trash tier that is not trash?
I think Toadscruel. It's playable on exactly one team that Wolf played.
In a format that wasn't this one.
Yeah, in a format that wasn't this one.
Potato.
Iron Leaves is fine. It's probably not. It's not great.
It didn't.
Though.
I think Dragapult there is kind of absurd.
But like the thing is, it did nothing.
Dragapult isn't. Yeah,
Dragapult is flutter made food.
Yeah, it's not the regular version where it's Terra Dragon darts you.
Yeah, it's weird where it's like. Or even Palafin, where how powerful Palafin was at the beginning of Scarlet and Violet, and then once we got Urshifu back, it's like, well, I don't want to play with you anymore. Yeah, I think that's kind of like where it's at. Like maybe the sand stuff, some of that becomes like slightly usable if people can figure out a better way to run sand.
Garganacl might move up depending on how the format adjusts. You always got to respect Garganacl.
Yeah, Garganacl.
You have to respect
the worst mon.
You have to respect it. It's also just it's. I think there's a difference between needing to respect a Pokemon and also just understand it's content farming. Because if you know what's coming with it, you can beat it pretty easily.
Well, you say that, and then there's teams that are just like, "Oh, I know Dondozo's coming, but I just can't break through it." So it's like
skill issue.
Yes, I'll die.
Like, yeah, that's what we're saying. It's just a skill thing. It's just like sometimes you know it's coming, you still can't beat it. Yep.
Yeah, just look at. So there actually was at Orlando. There was a team. There were two Garganacls. One finished 46th, 10-5 record. This team also had a Metagross on it.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Because I was real excited to talk about that one because I remember seeing that one. They got that one, I think, on camera too.
Yeah. They beat Chase. Yeah. That guy's a bastard then. That's good. We're just being
anything
biased.
We want to move down from
I think we're good. I think this looks pretty solid.
We're good. Like I think if anything for me, I don't remember any Prim.
Prim is in that same vein of just like people figured out how to play it in this decks now, because we didn't have it until this format. This was the first time we got to see it in
a Prim did day 2.
Like
a Pokemon that actually just isn't on the tier list that I want to bring up as a Pokemon that is probably fine. It would probably end up in totally usable is Corviknight. If we're talking about Pokemon that just show up.
I was about to say, I thought that was weird because I was going to say Corviknight isn't on here. Corviknight checks a couple boxes for me of just like, this is a good Tailwind setter, this is a good body.
It's not even that, like Corviknight's just the Pokemon. It's just the definition of a Pokemon that is well, I have no like you don't expect to see it, and then when you see it, it's like, what do I do into this? And the answer in a lot of cases is, well, nothing, because you just don't plan on seeing it. It's the ultimate, like, oh shit matchup checker.
In this format, it gets to play bulk up more, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
You get to do the bulk up thing because you're not running into Haze Dragonite everywhere. And they can't clear smog you.
Yeah. I think everything else, like, I mean, if maybe we move Crown up one.
Maybe. I think it kind of will just depend on how the format probably goes. Crown may trickle off early on because it might have just been a Orlando blip. It happened so late in the format that it might be more of a blip than it is an actual guaranteed good thing.
I know that I do have a few friends who, as of right now, are like really looking into the Pokemon as something to bring to Toronto. Again, we can see how things change in a month, but it seems like a lot more people after Orlando, now that we're returning to this format, are like, hey, this is actually a really cool Pokemon. And the team comp, I wouldn't say it's mostly solved. It's more so what the pieces, or at least the roles around the Pokemon, have been solved. Now it's figuring out what are the right Pokemon in each of those roles, and that's what I feel like people are doing right now with Iron Crown. It's a cool Pokemon. It's 1 point faster than Urshifu, which is really cool. I felt with Crown being a point faster than Urshifu and Raging Bolt just existing, were like two things of them trying to be like, okay, let's try to fix the Urshifu issue.
It doesn't do enough,
and it didn't work.
Partly because Iron Crown just didn't get anything in until the tail end of the format. But
that and Raging Bolt decided to join the war on Urshifu on the side of Urshifu.
I mean, you're going to play those two Pokemon together just because they're both very strong. Anyway, it's just like you were going to play it with the Rillaboom and the Incineroar. They're all just really strong Pokemon.
Yeah,
you weren't going to separate them in any shape or form. No. It's just Raging Bolt is your opposing Urshifu answer most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Are we calling it? Okay, so are we good? Are we happy?
I think we're
good. Yeah, I think we're good. This was a good one. I made sure to put it in A tier, so I wouldn't go and get canceled by my own co-host again.
There you go.
On the Entei. And I already have the image made, so that's good.
Sick.
And yeah, so what else do we have?
Yeah, I need to go eat still, and I need to go to bed like an hour ago.
Wrap it up. We're done.
Do we have anything going on, or I'm just going in?
I'm good.
I don't think we got
awesome.
Anything.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us and listening to our tier list episode. Actually, one other thing. I don't know if votes are still open, but Carter was nominated for Run of the Year for Blue Kaizo.
Yeah, the Nuzzies.
For the Nuzzies, go vote. The link is in our Discord, which you can find.
Did I ever post in our Discord already?
Vote? I believe you did, or at least I did. Regardless, if it's not, we'll fix that before the episode comes out. And if you're looking, it'll be in our Discord. And if you're looking for our Discord, you can find it in our Blue Sky at Littleroot Lessons. You can also find the hosts at Mr. Missouri 25, at Musical, and at Rose Tinted Cheeks. You can watch this episode and many of our other episodes and just other videos on our YouTube page at Littleroot Lessons, including the TCG laddering, which will be picking up again now that the Phantasmal Flames format is legal.
Yeah, I'll be playing something this week. Also, the voting is
teasers.
Close,
so voting schools. Never mind then. So yeah, that is
kind of it. I'm on the camp of I'm probably not going to win because the people I'm going up against are, one, way bigger than me, and two, way more impressive things have been done. But it is still very cool to be.
Nope. Carter the Glitchless. Slander. Carter the Glitchless.
Very, very cool.
Anyway, we're done. Happy 300. Bye. 300 more episodes. Let's go.